To discuss this further, I am joined by a security expert, Ojobaro Michael. Michael, thank you so much for coming on. Let's just get started very quickly. Do you think the response of the military to the allegations of reprisal attacks was sufficient, or should they have done more?
Thank you very much for having me this afternoon. And at the same time, it's a black day for Nigeria as a nation, a black day, a black season for the Niger Delta people, especially people from the Delta states. The military are to protect the life and property of Nigeria, and the military, they are the Nigeria government. And any attack on the military, we cannot expect them to be quiet, and we cannot expect beyond what we have seen. So all we just need to understand is either it's a reprisal attack or not. We all understand that whenever there's any form of military attack anywhere in the world, there must always be a military flash. So what they have done, I'm sure it's still a flash. It may not really be the reality or an authority from the office. It may be an extension of their various colleagues.
Right. Now, I need to ask, there's always going to be consequences to actions. If the army is found to have conducted these attacks, what potential consequences could arise if found guilty? Michael.
Yeah, I didn't get you.
Okay, I said that what consequences could arise if the army is found to have conducted these attacks?
For the army, I'm sure the army could not, there's no way the army will come out and tell us that they are the one that they organized the attacks. It is normal. We should not, there are certain things that are normal, there are certain things that are on paper, and there are certain things that are on reality. The army can never come out and tell you that they were the one that attacked these people. We should not be expecting that. All we need to do is an investigation needs to be carried out to know where is this attack coming from, who were involved in the attack, what are the surveillance equipment within that environment that will show that, okay, this attack really even come from the army, or it may be some civilian authority that were putting on the army camouflage that have carried out, or it may be some loyalists to the army or to the family of a victim of a military officer that were killed that must have carried it out. So as it is now, the army cannot come and tell that they were the one that attacked them. Anybody can put up camo to have done what they have done. I'm not speaking or standing in for the army at a time like this. What I'm only trying to confirm is there must be a thorough investigation to tell who were involved in the attacks.
Right. Michael, you are a security expert, right? And we've seen tensions now, between the army and the residents of Okuama. What strategies would you advise could be employed to de-escalate these tensions?
As it is now, the tension is high, which is normal. And I'm sure if we were to look at the tempo within the army environment, they have not really done anything yet. There is no way the military leadership will be happy or be able to relate to their men with their subordinates when they have lost a lieutenant colonel, they've lost 2 majors, they lost a captain. These are officers. Then counting the number of soldiers that also died, the tension is still high within the military. So we can only say that there are rules and regulations and there are rules of engagement. All we can only say at a time like this is for the presidency to stand and take a stand. The presidency represents the military, it represents the civilian. So the presidency should be able to bring these two bodies together. The civil society within the Delta State and the presidency should come together and have a relationship, have a meeting with the military authority, be able to consult with the family of the victim and see what they can do to appeal to the military authority so life can come back to normal. What has happened, this is not the first time it's happening, but the presidency needs to rise to the occasion so that the military people will not feel as though they are not given the special regard or attention. Likewise, the civilians that are in Delta State that are not involved in this crisis, that are running away from their village. They said they will have this belonging as a citizen of the country. The work bringing the civil society in Delta State, and also bringing the army leadership together. They should come into a round table and look for a way to sustain peace with Delta State.
So a roundtable discussion in preferring solutions, but the history that we've seen, I mean, in my intro there, we've seen one that happened in 1999, the other one that happened in Benue with Zaki Biam town. So there are situations that have happened such as these, right? And you just talked about a roundtable discussion, but are there any other specific policies or reforms that could help to improve, military and civilian relations and prevent future violence such as these?
The military and civilian as a country, the Nigerian citizens respect and honor the military. The Nigerian citizens give the military so much regard and attention. And what has happened last week in Delta State, it showed that there are some lacuna within the security apparatus, within the military hierarchy. Standardly, there is no way a civilian would want to attack a military officer. But we understand that even in the Niger Delta, the militant and the military, there's absolutely no much difference. The militant put on the military camouflage. They carry AK, they carry the same armor, they carry the same equipment, they carry the same machinery the military are carrying. So at a time like this, we need to be able to review the activity of the militants within the Niger Delta. Because if the militant and the army, they are in the same shoe, they are putting on all the same things. So it's very, very difficult to tell who is who. So a time like this is a time for us to go back to our drawing board. Going back to our drawing board in the sense that the government should be able to address who and who will be putting on this camouflage. There should be a yardstick for this military uniform. There was a time things like this were being done, but now it has become a norm. Even when certain people were being kidnapped at Urhobo, at Kogi Express Road, we all realize that they are putting on military camouflage. So the army need to go back home and do some certain things within their home, review their mode of operation, and let their uniform be well coordinated. Then back home, every civilian must understand that we should understand the spirit of patriotism. This is very, very key. If a citizen is patriotic enough, there is no way you will not respect a military officer that give you an invitation, either you are a king or you are a chief. You will respect them and follow them to wherever they want to follow them to. So again, if the civilian we are patriotic enough, we will understand that there is no thing the army could have done that must have allowed to have retaliated. So the spirit of patriotism is one of those things that we should learn from this incident and see for a way forward how we can build a better nation through patriotism.
True patriotism. Michael, thank you so much for coming on. That's Ojobaro Michael, the security expert on the Okuama civil matter ongoing and the alleged reprisal attacks on Okuama town.